So, have you thought about having a kid in the past? What if we followed through with that?
I would really like to have a kid, but since we both have achondroplasia, would there be any risks to the child?
That's a very good question. Maybe I should call a genetic counselor about that.
That's a good idea.
Okay, I'll call the appointment now. Hey!
Welcome in.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm sorry my husband couldn't make it. So me and my husband were thinking about having a baby in the past, but we never did it, and now we're thinking about following through with it. And we both have achondroplasia, so how would that affect the baby? Would that get in the way?
Do you know much about achondroplasia?
No. We've done a little research, but no.
Okay. Well, when someone doesn't have achondroplasia, or what is more commonly known as dwarfism, when they are in the early stages of development, most of their cartilage turns to bone. When someone has achondroplasia, most of their cartilage does not turn to bone.
What causes this to happen?
So we all have this gene called the FGFR3 gene, which controls the making of a protein, which controls bone growth. Achondroplasia is caused by a mutation in this gene.
That's very interesting. How would us having achondroplasia affect the baby?
Well, since you both have achondroplasia, there is a 50% chance that the child will inherit normal achondroplasia, which is what you and your husband have. There is a 25% chance that the child will have normal growth and not inherit the mutated gene. But sadly, there is a 25% chance that the child will inherit severe achondroplasia, which in almost all cases results in the death of the child in infancy. There is a small chance that they can survive, but they will have severe and numerous health problems throughout the rest of their life.
My heavens, that's horrible! Is there a diagram or something to help us realize the probability of the baby inheriting it? I heard of this thing called a Punnett square or something from high school.
Yes, there is. It's called a Punnett square, and it's a diagram that is used to predict the genotype of an offspring. So this is a Punnett square. Up here shows the severe achondroplasia, which is when the child dies in infancy. This is the two normal achondroplasia, and that's the lack of achondroplasia. Have either of you experienced any health problems?
I have when I was just a kid. I had spinal compression and I had to get surgery to relieve it. As for my husband, no.
Okay, the spinal compression is a common problem that occurs.
Makes sense. What are other symptoms?
Well, a severe symptom would be problems with the spine, which is what you had. Their spine could be abnormally curved, bending in the wrong ways. And then they could also develop problems which prevent them from moving their elbows and knees properly. For some people, it is easier to get overweight. And then sometimes their limbs can grow in the wrong ways. Yeah.
Oh my heavens! What are possible treatments? Or what are ways of helping?
Well, so the main treatment for achondroplasia is surgery. The surgeries cannot be done to increase the height of the individual, but there are surgeries that can correct when their spine is curving in the wrong ways. And then also surgeries can be done for their limbs if they are growing in the wrong directions. If the individual is lacking any growth hormones, there are hormone injections that they would receive daily for up to years or sometimes lifelong. So in the end, it is entirely up to you and your husband whether you decide to have a kid or not. Because there is that chance that the child will die in infancy if they inherit severe achondroplasia. And I don't know if you or your husband have ever considered this, but adoption is another possible option.
We haven't talked about that. I'll bring it up.
Okay.
So what are some reliable companies or places that we could get information and help?
Well, to list a few, there are Little People of America, the Magic Foundation for Children's Growth, and the March of Dimes organization.
Wow, thank you. We'll look those up. And thank you so much for your time today.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm glad I was able to help you. Yeah.
All right. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. So what did you learn at the genetic counseling appointment?
The most important thing that I learned for the baby would be the Punnett or something like that square. It basically told me the chances of our baby having achondroplasia. There's a 50% chance of our baby having the same type of achondroplasia as ours, the normal kind,
Okay.
where we grow like this. There's a 25% chance that there will be no achondroplasia,
Oh wow.
so they grow like a normal person, and a 25% chance that the baby will die in infancy.
Oh geez, that's really bad.
He also suggested adoption, and I think that could work.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
What if we just stuck with the dog for now and keep thinking about a kid?
I think that's a perfect idea.